This is Andrew Bosin. I am a startup business coach. I'm located in New Jersey, just across the river from New York City. I work with CEOs, founders, Delaware C Corps, and startups all across the USA and help coaching them from idea to MVP to valuation to business plans to sales decks to figuring out what your product really is in the beginning. I think one of the biggest benefits that I provide to startups is that I'm also a two-time SaaS entrepreneur. I've built and scaled two SaaS companies with partners as part of the C-suite. I have intimate knowledge and experience about getting started, incorporating corporate structure, founder shares, vesting, dealing with investors, advisors, early seed stage investors, friends and family, really understanding what your product is, what your product should be, and how, and the why and the how. I say this all the time, which is learn from my mistakes, because believe me, as a two-time entrepreneur, I've made a lot of mistakes in building and scaling my startup companies. But one of the biggest mistakes I see startups make in the beginning is they just go and build a product, right? But there's no self-introspection or critical analysis of what that product should be, what the solution is that they're creating in the marketplace, the value in the marketplace, and the why and the how, and the goals and the steps to get there. I mean, you might build a great product, but there might not be a market for it. You might build a great product, but a competitor might have gotten there first, and even if it's an inferior product, it really doesn't matter. I believe, that the first few months of a startup, is probably the most critical time. It's individuals getting together, seeing if they can work together. And this leads me to another area, which is about, getting along. Just because you're friends with somebody, go to college with somebody, or work with somebody, doesn't mean that you can start a company together. Fit is really important. Leaving your ego at the door is really important. Knowing how to talk to early seed stage investors, the documentation that you need, your deck, your sales pitches, how you're going to go from zero revenues to revenues. These are all things that, are really an art, and you really need to learn how to do. If you're sitting in a meeting with a potential investor and you can't tell them in a year or two what your revenues are going to be or what your expenses are going to be, it's going to be a very short meeting. The same goes for aligning yourself with other founders or co-founders about your ideas, what your marketplace is, the kind of product you want to build, the people that you want to surround yourself with. These are all things from my experiences that I can help you with. I can guide you through this process. How do I work? I will likely, if you call, offer a free 10-minute call just to see if we can work together. Then typically it's a 2-month minimum engagement, meeting once a week. We can discuss pricing on the phone. First call or two is really about getting together, learning about you, learning about your processes, learning about what you want to build, who you've gotten together with, who you've aligned yourself with, and then figuring out over the next 2 months how to get you from point A to point B. I specialize in early seed stage startups. I really get it. I've spoken with hundreds of entrepreneurs. Being in the New York City area is incredible because I have access to lots of great advisors, mentors, VCs, and people that I've known, quite frankly, my whole, business life. I can guide you through this process so that you move along your journey quicker and you don't make the same old mistakes that startups make because you're not getting any outside specialized advice from someone like me who can help you move this journey along quicker and help you make both tough and easy decisions a lot easier. No matter where you're located across the US, if you're looking for a startup coach or mentor, please call me Andrew Bosin at 201-446-9643.